The concept of this new band, Inside Straight, began with my desire to play the Village Vanguard again. I hadn't played the Village Vanguard in 10 years. And Lorraine Gordon, the world famous owner of the world famous iconic club, said to me, well, Christian, you know, you're always welcome to come down here and play the Vanguard, but I don't want you bringing that rock and roll band you play with, meaning the Christian McBride band, the band I've been playing with for the last 8 years. So I said, okay, well, I need to put a band together that's obviously going to work at the Village Vanguard. So I just kind of thought of some, you know, the first names that came to mind as guys who I really loved playing with and guys who I believe were some of the best at playing just some real, right down the pike, straight ahead swinging jazz. And, you know, Steve Wilson came to mind, Eric Reed came to mind, my old buddy Carl Allen came to mind, and Warren Wolf, who more or less is a newcomer on the scene. He was a former student of mine at Jazz Aspen Snowmaster summer camp that I've been artistic director of for the last 10 years. He was a student there, I guess, around the summer of 2000, and he was so good back then. I said, I promise you a gig one of these days. And so when we did the Vanguard, that was the summer of 2007, I called Warren, and he was a huge hit. You know, everybody loved him. And after that week at the Vanguard, floods of emails came in to my website, to my booking agency's website. It's like, we want this band that played at the Village Vanguard. And I'm going, okay, sure. Everybody thought, man, I don't know what was going on down at the Vanguard, but man, that band really made some noise, man. We got to keep that band together. I thought, yeah, sure, no problem. So when Mack Avenue got word of it, they said the same thing. They said, we want that band you had at the Vanguard. So that's how Inside Straight got started. Right before this band played the Monterey Jazz Festival, which was about a week before we actually made the recording, it was decided that this band needed a name, because we were just calling it the Christian McBride Quintet, and you know, that's so boring. You know, every band with 5 guys is called a quintet. So my manager and I said, well, how are we gonna, you know, we should do something nice and, you know, a little different. So we decided to have a Name the Band contest at the festival. This is a really great story because we played 2 shows in Monterey. We played on a Saturday night and a Sunday night. And so on Saturday night, we made the announcement to the audience that, you know, we're going to have a Name the Band contest. And, you know, we played in front of the main stage there, which was, you know, well over 1,000 people. And so we asked people to send in emails to my website. I did not know what I was getting myself into, because the original plan was to look at all of the emails and make the announcement the following night. I got back to my room after the gig was over. There were about 575 emails, and I didn't realize I had to make this clear, but it should have only been 1 entry per person. You know, people getting greedy, sending in 20 names per person. I'm looking at this like, there's no way in the world we'll be able to look at all this and announce this in 24 hours. And as fate would have it, the internet shut down at the hotel at midnight. So I couldn't even see my emails past midnight. So I said, oh man, this is deep. So we got to the show the next night, and everybody's like, what's the name, what's the name, what's the name? I said, listen, you don't understand. First of all, y'all sent way too many entries, and the internet shut down at the hotel, so I can't tell you anything. Also, what I should have said is, don't send me any more entries. The entries are through. So for the following week, I'm getting more entries. I'm just like, stop, stop. So what was already like a total of some 3,000 names now turning like, you know, 3,600. And I'm going, oh man, stop it. So after going through a lot of them, a couple from the Bay Area named Doug and Deborah Moody came up with Inside Straight, and I thought, that's perfect. Now, I'll tell you why it's a perfect name. That's pretty much the concept of the band, is Inside Straight. You know what I mean? Straight ahead, right down the pike, inside. I said, that's perfect. And another reason that's a perfect name is because one of my biggest heroes as a band leader is Cannonball Adderley. And one of my favorite Cannonball Adderley albums is called Inside Straight, which was recorded at Fantasy Studios. So I thought, that's it. That's it. So that's how the band was named. I believe what made this band special was a couple of things. I think that one, obviously all of the guys in the band, particularly Steve, Eric, Carl, and myself, we've been really great friends for a very, very long time. So the chemistry was already there. Although we hadn't worked together as a band, I certainly knew that, you know, the chemistry would be there. It wouldn't be a situation where we had to kind of work at it, where it would take a couple of nights to kind of get it happening. I knew that wouldn't be the case. And Warren is such a great musician, I knew he'd fall right in as well. But I also think that because of some of the projects that I've been doing, not only under my own name, but with other people, it involved a lot of electricity. You know, I've been doing a lot of work with my own band, which has always been somewhat of a hybrid band between jazz and rock or hip hop or whatever you want to call it. The Philadelphia Experiment, Sting. There hasn't been a real, true acoustic, straight ahead band that I've played with in a long time. So I think that was the other reason why this band made a lot of noise. It was like, wow, you know, Christian just playing the acoustic bass, no toys on stage with the foot pedals, just some nice straight ahead swinging. That's what we want to hear. So I think that was the other reason why this band kind of took off.